Hello again. Jesus said, "Now learn this lesson from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know that summer is near." We have a fig tree in the garden here. Its leaves have fallen now, of course, but the tree is fruitful and always an early herald that springtime is on its way. The leaves appear early, and these fresh green shoots promise growth and new fruits. The parable of the fig tree is one of the shortest stories Jesus told, and he wanted the community to know, firstly, that God is very close to people, and secondly, that God is always doing new and fresh things. Now, Advent marks the beginning of the Christian year, and it's a time when Christians look forward to refreshing their faith and newness of life in general. New leaves were on God's tree with the birth of a baby in Bethlehem. Here was the birth of something new. God was doing a new thing in Jesus. God was moving on and hoping to take God's people forward. The Holy Child of Bethlehem was physically born of Mary, the mother of Jesus. Mary responds to God's call with great faith. "Let it be according to your word," she said. For this reason, she's often called the first disciple. As we reflect on our own lives, what work remains in your heart and life to ensure that you're ready to receive Jesus at Christmas? Advent presents us with an invitation and an opportunity. And it all starts with a question. And it's this: from the spiritual or faith perspective, will the Christ child be born in us anew? Will Jesus, the light of the world, inhabit our space and shape our lives? Set our agendas and unseal our relationships? Will we bring to fruition in us God's light, which is a light for the whole world, for you and for me? Where is this light to be found? Well, in the scriptures, in the wonder and miracle of the created order, in the lives of the saints and people of faith around us. And God is waiting for us to cherish that light and to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. There's work to do, especially wherever we have a tendency to look back on past failures and to lose heart, to dwell on when and where we perhaps didn't succeed, times when the fruiting was disappointing. God's light can shine brightly in us as it did in Jesus. It's a special light that dispels those old failures and shines on new possibilities for a fruitful future. A light of understanding to help us to move on and forward with God. A light that puts us with God on the path of faith. A light that grants awareness of all the new things God is doing. Then we shall discover that already the branch is tender and putting forth leaves. So what work remains in your heart this and life this Advent to ensure you're ready to receive Jesus at Christmas? Maybe you have no faith. Well, then ask God to help you want to believe. Maybe you have a little faith. Then ask God to make your faith grow, that it might put forth leaves and be fruitful. Perhaps you're new to faith. Well, ask God to nurture and protect the new thing God is doing for you. Do you have lots of faith, maybe? Then importantly, ask God to help you grow in grace and humility. Wherever you are on the journey of faith, may God continue to bless your efforts to be faithful and fruitful. And may the light of Christ shine brightly for you during what remains of Advent and the Christmas season, and always. And a final prayer. Father, just as the birth of Jesus was received with great faith and joy in the example of Mary, may we, like her, open our hearts to receive this precious gift into our lives, our families, and our communities.